I did promise you that it was going to be sometime that I was going to talk about this poster over here on the right, that one. But it's not going to be today. Today's still the holidays for some of us. Not for everybody, but for some of us, it's still the holidays. So we won't go into that one. That it's a little bit too much. We're gonna do something that is a little bit less trigger worthy, if you will. I love people. They're just going around using the trigger word. The trigger word is big on social media now. Like you got triggered. So we're gonna try not to trigger people. And today we're gonna try to make something that's super inclusive. Whether you are an alpha male, a beta male, an alpha woman, a beta woman, whether you are a liberal, conservative, anything in between, we're gonna make one of those videos there because I'm pesky as heck, as they say. Pesky as heck. Yeah. Anyway, you guys might have seen this running around on the internet. It's been all over the place. Yes, it's him. It's that pesky Marco Reviews. Anyway, there I am. The peskiest, most conniving, most son of a gunny human ever out there. But what I'm going to start with is a little bit of advice. And again, if you guys have checked out some of the latest and greatest videos on valuetainment, you will find that Patrick, the PBD, has gone nuts over TikTok. He thinks that it's going to be banned soon, and he thinks that it is terrible. A lot of people have been saying that it's terrible, and like every tool, it's got its good and it's got its bad. The good, of course, is that it allows for small channels and small content creators to actually have a voice, so long as you don't say anything bad about a certain country. If you say something about a certain country, then he's got facts and data on what happens if you start saying things about a certain country. It's not good. It's not good for the views and all that stuff. So don't do that. Know the tool and know how to use it is great. And that's one of the good things about that compared to YouTube. YouTube, I mean, I've been on this platform for over 15 years, close. I think we've reached 16 years now. And just general speaking, I've been here at the inception of social media. So I've messed around with pretty much every platform that is there. Not every single one. There are some that I haven't messed around with. So I'm not going to say every single one because then somebody's going to come out, because that's what they always do. There's one platform that you haven't tried. Okay, fine. I haven't tried that one. I've tried the majority. Let's put it that way. So what I want to start off the day with and just tell you guys is that at the very least, TikTok does give you the option of attainable goals. As I said before, there's a good chance here. There's a good chance that we may make it to 2,000 followers or 2,000 subscribers, depending on what platform you use. Some people call it subscribers. Some people call it followers. Some people call it whatever they want. I don't care. But on some platforms, you have goals that are attainable. And on other platforms, you have to be somebody special, somebody really special in order to get views, follows, and all that stuff. So one thing good for one thing. Again, each tool has a good thing for whatever. So again, as I like to say, I strongly promote valuetainment and a bunch of other platforms on here. And the reason why is I might not always agree with what they say, but they usually bring some value. And so that's why you'll see that I have a bunch of amazing channels there in the background. And they're always here in every live stream that I do and back there. And the reason why is, although I don't always agree with every single opinion every one of those amazing channels has to offer, there's so much good value content, in my opinion, in those channels that it keeps having me come back for more. And so that is why they are there. Same thing with social media. And one thing that I'm going to tell you guys about social media that you might not know about, and we're going to start a live stream here too. Why not? We'll do a live stream here. Problem with doing live streams here on this TikTok platform on the iPhone 5, the original, is that when you do live streams on this, it doesn't record the end stats. It's got a bug, so it doesn't do that anymore. And also YouTube can no longer be streamed on the iPhone 5, the original. That's no longer a thing. But what I want to get to here is, if you are a content creator here in 2023, and having been a content creator for a very, very long time, what I know and I've discovered is that you have to be careful not to put all of your eggs in one basket. The reason why, as a content creator, you want to avoid having all your eggs in one basket, meaning being a single platform content creator, is because you don't know what's going to happen. I was on many platforms that disappeared. There was MySpace, gone. Was Dub Smash, gone. There was Zin, another really good one, just as good, if not better, than TikTok. But it was short lived. It was short lived. It was doing too well. It was ticking off all the wrong people, and theretofore, it got banned. It's basically what it was. Is it was TikTok is a certain country's one, and Zin was Taiwanese. So it was a Taiwanese version of TikTok, and therefore, it just did not survive. There was so much pressure on, people to want to just down it, make it disappear, because it was taking away from TikTok and other platforms, and it was doing so well that it had to go. As much as we love, and I mean, I like YouTube for the reason I mentioned before. It has all that great content from content creators that I like. And if it just went away, that would be a terrible thing. And also, it provides long form content. It provides long form content in a environment where there's nothing like it. I mean, YouTube, there's absolutely has no competition at all. If you think about it, and I've said this so many different times, and so many other awesome technology professionals have said the same thing, such as Eli, the computer guy, has also said this. I've been saying it for a very long time, and I've been saying, but he also said it recently in one of his videos. There is absolutely no competition to YouTube. Yeah, Vimeo is a joke, and there's a bunch of others that are also a joke. Some of them you have to pay for in order to put your content on there. There are a couple of other systems that I am on, also for VR and stuff. And sadly, they just don't have the resources, the coding, the whatever, that make them useful, useful to us as content creators. I mean, it is easy to do uploads and stuff like that on YouTube. It's straightforward. It's streamer friendly and all that good stuff. It makes it easy for somebody to use it. Now, do we like the algorithm on the YouTube system? No, it is absolutely the worst. I keep complaining about it and so on and so forth. But is there a good alternative to YouTube? No, there isn't. And therefore, people will continue to use it for long form content. There are lots of different options for short form content, and that's why a lot of the small ones that appear for the short form content end up existing and then disappearing pretty quickly if certain circumstances are not met here and there, and there's opposing powers and power grabs and all that stuff. So one thing is, don't be a one content platform creator. Don't do that. That is not something that you can get away with in the modern world. If you don't do well, and a lot of people who are starting off on YouTube will not do well. Let me just say that you will not do well unless you're one of those people who has a lot of clout already. Like you're the most famous person in your school, or you're the most famous person at your job. You have lots of friends. You're constantly hanging out with the cool kids in the right crowds. and doing things that people really enjoy watching you do, and then you create content based on that. Whether you are somebody who's super rich, which is one of the easiest way to be famous on this platform. If you're already rich, you own a bunch of stuff that makes people's eyes pop. Like, for instance, if you go and buy yourself the latest and greatest Bugatti, pink, um, pink Bugatti with chrome and all that cool stuff, and then you make egg videos of egging the throwing eggs at fancy vehicles, you're gonna get very fast and very easy subscribers and all that stuff very quickly. I don't know if you're gonna be able to retain the views and all that stuff. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know about that, but you can make a viral video very, very fast. Unlike somebody who is a small channel, or somebody who's been in the creation business, like the manufacturing, or the like the small time manufacturing stuff, like with 3D printing, and whether it's resin or plastic 3D printing and stuff like that, or somebody who's creating concepts, really cool concepts, or just an artist out of school, whatever. Those kind of people, unless, as I said before, unless you are already very famous, or you're very into hanging out with all the cool kids and all that stuff, and you're constantly being the salesperson going, hey, check out my YouTube channel. You should check out my why don't you sign up to my YouTube channel? And again, you know what it's like, right? There is benefits to doing that, and there is also negative things to doing that, which is a lot of people don't like salespeople. They just don't. They just don't. Especially hardcore cold calling people who are just in your face all the time. Like, if you go to the store, a lot of times when people keep approaching you saying, hey, you want help finding this, you want that, you want that, and you're constantly in their face trying to slap the latest and greatest product in their face, if they're not in the mood for that, they get very upset. So, just saying that as somebody who has been in the sales force as well, going up and down the streets of LA trying to sell solar at a time when solar was not popular. It's popular now. It's popular now. It was not popular back when I was doing it. Yeah. Anyway, so I said before, I've done a lot of different kinds of jobs. I'm just putting this kind of content out there for whoever wants to take a look at it. And you might be, like, as I said, you might be somebody who's just starting off their new YouTube channel or whatever, and you want to try to find yourself a good way to do well. Is everyone is going over to TikTok. Why? Well, because if you try YouTube, you could be there for like 16 years and only have maybe like 20 subscribers, and those might be all fake accounts, or it might just be your family. If you have a big extended family, if you have a big extended family with over 50 people, you could ask them all to join and help you out. Buddy. Anyway, oh guys, just in case you guys are following the live stream on the TikTok and you see this weirdo with a remote control in his hand, what I'm doing is flying right now. I'm flying the plane from Top Gun Maverick on the simulator, and that's only happening right now on YouTube. So on the Marco Reviews channel, if you want to go and check that out, you can. I am flying a very cool plane over there. But nobody's gonna go and check out the YouTube channel. Again, as I said before, people don't like YouTube anymore. That's not saying that it's failing. People will still come to YouTube for tutorials, to follow their favorite YouTube channels. For me, that's pretty much all I do. Sometimes I'm looking to do something and I don't know how to do it, and I'll just search on the YouTube, and most of the time you're gonna find somebody who knows how to do it on YouTube, and so that's great. Or I just follow the channels that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, because they just keep providing something fun and exciting and calming to look at. that isn't about creating outrage, and that isn't about just crapping on the latest person who did something, whatever it is. So that's why I support those channels, and I've been supporting those channels for a very long time. There's always more that I add to the list, and not all of the ones that you see on the wall behind me there are the ones that I support. I support a lot of other channels that are not there. Just not everybody makes it to the thing. Not because I don't want to put everybody on there. It's just I forget. Life gets in the way. Some people don't want to be on the wall and all that kind of stuff. So that is what is going on there. So if you guys want to see every single one of the channels that I support, I have a wall just like everybody else. One of the latest features that only got implemented, I think it was, I'm not sure if it was last year or the year before. There's like an Instagram. Now YouTube has an Instagram system integrated there. So you have a wall where you can do polls, you can do, you can put images on there. You can even just go to one of your favorite YouTubers and press the share button and create a post based on that. You can write a couple of things saying why you think that video was cool and why you should go watch it, and then press the button and it'll show up on your wall. And if people do check that out, which nobody does on my channel, they will find all the cool things that I am into, technology wise, music wise, manufacturing wise, you name it. Food wise, restaurants that I love to go to. There's all kinds of stuff on there. I'm a local Google guide for those people who don't know. I think by now, if you watch enough of the videos, you would know that I'm a local Google guide. So I'm one of those few people, which is why I'm not that popular, who is willing to say that sometimes Google has it wrong. Sometimes YouTube makes a mistake, and that's why I don't have the clout that the other people do, because they're all about kissing up. They're all about kissing up. Anyway, so the cool thing about the modern world today is that if you have multiple devices, let's say you have two phones, one old phone and one new phone, what you can do is you can even watch me on the TikTok while I am live streaming on the YouTube at the same time. You can see my dorky face on one device, and then on the other device, you can see me fly the really cool planes that I'm flying right now. Again, Top Gun Maverick's amazing plane here on the real flight simulator from Horizon Hobby. The one that I'm currently flying right now is, destroyed the plane, destroyed it into smithereens. Is Real Flight Evolution, but I also have the other one. This is the remote control that you get when you purchase the Real Flight 9.5S. I'm not sure if the newer one has a slightly better remote control, but it may be the same one. What I know is for sure is that it comes with a little hub. And so in the old version, not everybody had this problem, but I had the problem where if you connected up the remote control directly to your computer, it struggled with it. And sometimes you didn't get the best performance out of it. But now that I've figured out that you can just attach a little hub, a little USB hub onto it, that helps save the day. The newer Real Flight Evolution comes with that little USB hub, and so you don't have to worry about anything. Whoa, yeah. Anyway, really enjoying this plane flight. What I should have is I should get a mirror or something. But that's not the best though, because I like to do quad lives as well, where I'm running for, again, this is one of the things that I tell the small time YouTube and content creators of the future now. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you're going to do very important videos, maybe most of your videos will just be on one platform that you find comfortable to use. But if you're going to do, if you want to maximize the amount of view counts and all that stuff and create as much clout as you can, do at least 2 or 3 live stream on multiple platforms. A lot of these short form video platforms. There's a Russian one that I always forget the name of as well, which is pretty cool. Um, and then there's all kinds of other ones that I don't really mention that much on here because I'm worried about, the latest and greatest people on here that have power running the show, going after those ones. And so long as they stay under the radar and not that many people use them, um, they should survive the test of time. So anyway, let's see if I'm gonna get myself. I've been flying around in safe. Well, still in safe. Bring it back to me. I want to get out of safe for a second. I can't remember which one is the button for safe. Oh, there we go. I'm out of safe. Now there's a good chance I will wreck the plane because I like to call it the Fonz mode because it lets you go A and it's wild and it'll put cool things in the jukebox. But yeah, once you put it in Fonz mode, it's every man for himself. You're not assisted in your flying anymore, and your plane could crash because it can roll more than it should if you don't know what you're doing. You could enter the inverted mode. And with some of these planes, it's easy to crash and do what I like to call the penguin slide. The penguin slide. All right, so I guess this is going to be the end of the live stream right now. I have just received the morning announcement, which means you're done live streaming. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for stopping by and watching the show. I will now say goodbye to you guys. But before we do, as I always do, let's remember to thank Spectrum and Horizon Hobby for all the cool things they do for us. And just in case you guys want to see from the TikTok over there, and Captain Drone for sending us, and his beautiful family for sending us this cool thing, Captain Drone. And with that, why you have kids is because they can come on camera and correct you if you're wrong. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, guys.